Hello and welcome to another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. I am the player who plays as the King Under the Mountain, and this is season 442 is the season. It is the season with Dobie and Aemon, pretty much predominantly versus June and only, and Axed and Crow. There is also Dark and Hotter. I'm going to try and keep this video pretty brief today, as I think things will change. So, since the last time, a lot has changed in the map. We have taken Dol Guldur, so if I just try and explain very briefly where the kingdoms are. So this is the only Dune kingdom, this is the Axed and Crow kingdom, this is the Dark and Hotter kingdom. It's pretty big, to be fair. I mean, they got involved fighting Axed for a little period of time. And this is the Dobie and Aemon kingdom here. We currently own the ring. We took it off Only. I expect Only will take it back today. This is probably one of the biggest pins I've seen. 29 days, 39.4 million. We are at the top. I don't really know how. This season's pretty much going to play out where no one's actually going to win the season completely, because no one's going to be able to get a fourth capital. It's kind of already been agreed that everyone's got 3, so whoever gets the ring, you won't get the ring badge, just to try and really keep things equal and no diplomacy. So it's been a brilliant season. There is 38 hours left. We've owned the ring now for probably about 15 days or so. So what happened, just as a brief kind of what happened. I can't remember where the last time we were at. So Only took the ring the last time we were at. Then us and Axe pushed Only completely back into here. From there, us and Axe started fighting a little bit again. But Axe had to go and deal with the Dark and Hotter kingdom over here. So we kind of 1v1'd Only for a little bit. And then we started being pushed back into Dol Guldur, so we kind of owned all this area at one stage. So we just thought, well, we had the opportunity, we would take the ring, knowing full well that meant that we would probably be 2v1 for quite a substantial part of the season. And we have been, and to be fair, we've stood up pretty well to it. Yesterday in particular was a good day because we actually took down both fell forts. So if I just go to Lank slowly, because there's quite a lot of action over here still, so it's quite glitchy. So basically, in the new mechanics, you have to have a fell fort to take a keep, and that is no different to Amon Lank and Dol Guldur. So this is the Axed Fortress here. We took this down yesterday by ground, and up here is June's Fortress, which allows Only and this one here allows Only and June to attack Dol Guldur. This will be built in about an hour's time, and I don't think we'll stop them from being able to take the ring this time. What I will say is yesterday we took this one out by flying units. We took the Axed one out by ground. We were trying to get to the Only one this morning by ground, but unfortunately Axed and Only are both stopping us from getting to there. So we've basically been picking off siege. So just to try and show you really where I think defending is a lot easier than attacking these days is probably the bit that I will probably pick up on. If you look at some of these forts, even I've hit them with eagle marches. So, you know, we've took out a lot of siege already this morning that's been waiting around. This is what flying armies are really good for, and kind of my advice is to get to the middle as fast as possible and take as many keeps as you can, to be honest, because defending so much easier. As you can see, the range of sight from the keep allows us to see where the build-up of armies are. So these forts that have got 6 armies in have pretty much been hit extensively by people, as you can see, which have wiped out a lot of siege armies. So we probably took out 70 or 80 siege armies this morning. I personally don't think it'll be enough. I think Only will take the ring this morning. It'll just be interesting to see if Axe to take the ring straight after later on. As for fighting, I'll kind of show the sort of leaderboards just quick, because I think, like I say, I'll probably do a different video tomorrow as well. So I just wanted to have a little catch up. I'm still quite high on production. I still recommend being high on production because it's the only way really you can keep yourself in troops. That's sort of the top 3 fellowships, and I don't think that's disrespectful to anyone. I think the rest kind of have made up the best of everything else. Aemon, to be fair to him, have been probably the best kingdom partner. I don't think that's being disrespectful to anyone. They've been fantastic with us this season. And then from a contribution point of view, this is my actual personal best, so that shows how much we've been fighting this season. And for the people who didn't really like 2.0, I definitely give it a try now that we've got things like tactical forts and barracks in forts, because it's added to a lot. So Raven's over 10 million merit. If I just have a look where I'm at, I think I'm probably about 7.2 now, I would guess. 7.4. So in fairness, as far as it's gone, that's my best season by about 3 million. And I'm putting that down to a few things. Obviously, the mechanic changes have kind of helped my play style, which is quite nice. But I've also changed some gear. So if I just go into wrong button again. If I get out of my tavern and I just go into my commander screen, so I've changed some equipment in regards to Dane in particular. Really, is probably the main change that I've done. So I've made him have some unit defense while still keeping sharp blade, so his attack's still high. But that unit defense has meant that he's been pretty good in battle, to be honest. Gandalf, I have changed to add some agility and some more unit defense. So I did have the fine smoking pipe here with a lot more focus, but I found that the unit defense helps him tank more, and the extra little bit of agility is helping him against most Saurons. Not all Saurons, granted, but it's helping. I took away the Axe of Khazad-dûm that I had, which is this one here, because of the damage range. So I changed it for the Blazing Tongue that I could fully refine. This was luckily because of the 8 hammers that we got. I changed some gear around so I could full refine this as well. I'm still in search of Palantirs or anything really that'll make a decent set. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I made my Sauron a lot faster, so I sort of give him a full reach. I could probably at some stage, I haven't got a chest piece with agility that's any good really for him, but then I've still got the call and I've still got the Merius Reigns. All great pieces for him. That formation's really, really done the work this sort of season for me. I'll probably just try and show a couple of reports just quick, I would guess. I mean, I've been pretty busy fighting, but I think you have to change this now to hit. I don't know if anyone knows this. So if you go to Battle Strategist and then hit, it shows you the kind of people that you've been hitting. This was Mark that took me down this morning, to be fair. In this fight, I did sort of analyse the report. I lost White Rider and White Council, which never really does you any favours, to be honest. Again, with this gear, we've been doing pretty well. This guy's got some really good 1.0 gear. So I'll just try and flip through a few reports just quick. And what I will say is, I know there's been a lot of talk lately around units. I still think that Guardians are the best unit by an absolute mile if you fight all the time. If you have more time in your day to sort of, you're a bit more casual play, I agree something like a Cataphract is a good option. Or some of the larger units like a Troll for taunting, for example, or Great Beast for taunting on Frodo. I think that's probably, for me, the only real option for Great Beast is Frodo, because I think he's the most protective of them, and I think it's the one that works the best. And then really, apart from that, Rune's T4 is pretty tanky with the chariots, and the bleed kind of helps get rid of White Council. I do like Iron Warriors, but I don't like them as much as a Guardian just because they're 3 times the cost. And to be honest, Laceration from a Guardian helps get rid of White Council a lot faster. So again, it's just helpful. So this fight here, for example, I mean, this guy's got some serious equipment and Zenith 14, King of Men, Zenith 2, Irma, really good Bjorn or 11. So he's running, just to say, I suppose it's not really the meta comp because there's no Sauron in there, but he's running a lot of damage and, small units versus medium units. The Guardians are showing through there. In general, I've found that the Guardians have done that. If I can try and find another couple of fights just before, I'm trying to think of ones in particular that I've kind of thought that they've done very well. As you can see, there's been a lot of them, so I'll try and find a fight with Berserker. This guy uses Gil quite well, got a nice Gil formation. Uses Swans and Bow Knights. But again, really nice combination and really good gear. But again, the Guardians with the shielding and the laceration, I just think they just win through. I mean, there's no reason why really I should win that fight. Try to see if there's any more. I think this might be one of the ones where it's no. Like you can say, I've been pretty busy fighting. This guy's got a great formation as well. I was quite pleased with this because again, it's smalls versus mediums, and there's some Swan Knights and some other stuff in there like Shire Protectors. This guy's got a great formation. And I could go into these reports because I feel like a lot of them it's the Sauron sort of RNG as well, but generally this formation's worked very well for me this season, and I'm pretty happy with it, to be perfectly honest. I can't find the report that I'm after. Don't be wrong, I've also lost a lot of fights this season, but I've been pretty pleased with the way that the thing with Guardians is you can just keep churning them out. I probably need to go back to where I'm fighting. This guy always slaps me, by the way. He runs cavalry in a lot of really good 1.0 gear and takes great pleasure in killing me at the same time. Again, it's just that 1.0 gear, so strong. And if I was going to run a medium unit, I would probably run the Ram Rider, just for the simple fact that they have the skill that is trample. So if you've got all that -8 defense for 1 round, it's pretty good when most of the damage you're doing these days is physical. See if I can just find one more report before I kind of go any further. It's pretty hard to find individual reports because, like I say, it's been a pretty fighting season. Show's got some good stuff as well. So I've got a lot of reports with this guy, and I don't feel I have any right to win. But this is my point against Iron Warriors versus Guardians. So the cost of his army is 3 times the cost of mine. I have beaten this formation a few times, and I have no right to do so. And I do genuinely put it down to things like laceration from the Guardians. Obviously, it's a TE season, so these guys are actually getting -20 physical damage reduction as well. So a little bit of Sauron. My Sauron's faster, so again, something else that works pretty well. This is one of the reports where I actually beat him, and again, he's using Ulti 4. So I've been pretty pleased with the way this formation's worked. I would say to people, stack a little bit more unit defense than probably what I've told people before, because I think it's quite important. Like I say, we're likely to lose the ring soon, I think. But in fairness, we've done really well considering we've kind of held this area for 15 or so days, I think it is now. I mean, last night we were right the way down here at this crossing after we destroyed both foul forts, and we've sort of come surging back again today. So taking down this yesterday, I have got a video of it that I plan on sharing at some point, just to do tactics and how you take down a foul fort, really. But yeah, we took this one down pretty well. The thing with fortresses is, once you start getting hit on the fortress, it's very hard to recover, because if someone gets a draw on the fortress, people inside the fortress can't reinforce, and if they're dead, they can't move. So my advice really with fortresses is kind of live in the forts around it and move to by the fortress and guard if you can. Otherwise, I think it's quite difficult to actually defend a fortress. Once people start hitting it consistently, they're pretty much done for these days, because you just can't reinforce. So that's kind of what happened with that one. The other one, like I say, we took down by airstrike while it was building. I think we took the June one down 2 or 3 times yesterday. We just can't drain birds fast enough now, so even my own barracks is hurting. The other thing that I'll say about Guardians in particular, and why I like to run them, particularly with a dwarf settlement, is I just get them come out so fast. So, you know, I can produce sort of 75,000 Guardians a day, which is a lot of stuff for me to sort of get through and get killed on my own army. But like I say, I wanted to try and keep it brief today. I appreciate I haven't done a season update for a while, and I think it's good to do so. I think I'll do another one tomorrow, because I think the ring may have changed hands at least once, possibly twice. Like I say, it's not going to change anyone's title. Everyone's going to get the same. It's just you get 500 gems for the ring, and it would have been nice to hold on to it, I think, because we've kind of deserved it, I think, for fighting 2v1 for quite a period of time. But I think we're just going to come up a little bit short. But like I say, yesterday was a great day where we managed to sort of take on both teams and destroy both fell forts, which were pretty strong with 50 or 60 armies on both, to be honest. So yesterday was a heavy lifting day. But for now, that was pretty much all I've got time for today. So I hope everyone has a good day. And if in doubt, as always, when you're playing this game, follow your nose.